Hi, I'm Autumn. So what were your first impressions of God? My first impressions of God were that He was loving. My parents always told me that He was someone to talk to whenever I felt like I had no one, or if I wanted to talk to someone that besides my friends and family. Um, I was also told that He was forgiving and helpful whenever you were going through like rough times in your life. That He would always be someone that you could talk to that wouldn't judge you, and if you didn't feel comfortable telling it to other people, he would always be there to listen to you. um, who are several people who have had the most positive or negative influence on you? So first I'm going to start with positive. My grandpa has been a huge influence because when I was first born, he was going through a really rough time in his life. Him and my grandma had split up, and he just went through a really hard time, and he wasn't very religious at the time, and he ended up meeting my grandma, or my step grandma, and they got started going to church, and he completely changed. And since like I remember, he's been going to church, and he always talked to us about how important faith was. And um I don't know, he's been like a really positive influence, and he's answered any questions I had, and he was just always there for us. My brother is one. He went to a religious school as well. He went to Concordia University in Irvine, and he just, because I feel like when I was younger, I used to pray when I needed something versus praying all the time. And my brother kind of taught me that, like, God isn't just there. Like, I mean, yeah, He is there, but you should be talking to Him more than just when things are bad. You should be talking to Him when things are good. You should be talking to Him all the time. So that was huge. And then my dad, my dad suffers from anxiety and depression, and he turns to God a lot when he goes through hard times, and he's always been open with us about that. So those have been really positive. Negative are this girl I went to high school with. She used to tell me all the time that, like, if I did anything, then like God would judge me and I was going to hell, and that, like, and I'm like, that's not like the God that I grew up knowing. Like, I like he would forgive, and I don't think someone should tell me how to live my life. That's for God, and that's between me and God, not her. So that was pretty negative because it kind of made me like second guess my faith and everything. What are some past and or recent significant God moments or life events that shaped you? So, um, I'm usually not really open about this, but I have really bad anxiety, and the past couple years it's gotten pretty bad, and I turn to God a lot when things get hard because I feel like it's someone that won't judge me, and it's just a safe place for me to go when I'm having a hard time. So that's like huge. God's been so huge with like my anxiety. And my grandpa, he, like 3 years ago, we went through a scare, and he had to have emergency open heart surgery, and it was so scary, and we weren't sure if he was going to make it. And so we turned to God a lot, and God showed up in a miraculous way, and he got through completely healthier. He's like healthier than ever right now, and he's like 84. So it was just such a blessing. And then going to Jessup, because I was going to Sierra College, and it was like towards the end of my second year, and I thought I would be done in 2 years, and I was planning on going to Sac State. And I went to the counseling office, and they told me that there was a mistake and I would have to stay at Sierra for 3 years. And I remember coming home, and I was so upset, and I was crying, and because I didn't want to slow down on school. And when I started year 3 there, I found out about Jessup, and I toured it, and I fell in love with the campus. And I actually ended up showing Delaney, who's in our class, because she was going to Sac State. And that to me was just God at the time. Staying at Sierra seemed like the end of the world, but now looking back, it was like God had a better plan for me, and it just took a little bit for me to realize that. And I'm so thankful for that now, because if not, I'd probably be at Sac State. And it's Jessup has just been awesome. Like, I love it here. And I think that it was perfect, and I'm super thankful. And where will you go from here? What do you hope your future journey of faith will look like? I hope that I grow stronger in my faith. I'm not where I necessarily want to be. Like, yeah, I have a relationship with God, and I'm living a life like with him, but I feel like there's definitely room to grow, and I'm hoping at Jessup, like it's only been a couple weeks, and me and Delaney talk about all the time how much of a blessing Jessup has been, and I just really hope that moving forward that I'll grow stronger in my faith, and me and Delaney together, like my hope for both of us is that we'll grow together because we're both kind of at the same spot, and we're just hoping that as we're at Jessup we will grow. And yeah. So that's me. See ya.